So let me do a part 2 of the video on dividend investing, and here I'm going to look at the best paying companies. I'm now going to rank them, and I'm going to rank them based on their dividend yields. Like I said earlier, dividend yields just depends on the stock price, the share price of that company, and the dividends they have paid for that particular year, and then you get the dividend yield. So if you get the dividend yield that's too high, sometimes it means the stock or the company is very risky. I said earlier that it doesn't show the health of the company or the financial health of the company. So it's very important. As usual, here at Ken's Money Matters, we discuss everything about money, the money mindset, how to make that money, how to manage that money, how to enjoy that money, how to invest that money, and how to have a consistent income with your money and make sure that your money is working for you consistently. Welcome, and I'm doing a part 2 of the video. I'm gonna make it brief because the other one was a bit long, but this one is just going to look at the top paying companies, and I said based on the dividend yield only. So I'm just gonna be listing companies really. There's nothing much you're gonna be looking at here. I'm gonna be listing companies, and I'm gonna be showing the screen so that you can see which companies were actually paying very good dividends. So guys, as you can see on the screen, here is a list of the highest dividend yields of 2020 and previous year comparison. They are looking at a withdrawal rate of 4%. The reason why they look at 4% is because it's important that if you do have an investment, then you're withdrawing at a 4% rate for your principal to be safe. They always say that if you want to retire early, you have to ensure that you can always withdraw 4% every year, and that 4% should be able to match or meet your needs, meet your life standard without interfering with the principal amount. Now, this rule is an international rule, it's a general rule, it's a general principle just being used by this website, Wealth Architects, just to show you some of the companies that are paying very safe dividends. So in this regard, it means if you invest an amount of money and you're withdrawing 4% every time, then you shouldn't be running out of money in your lifetime. That's the backdrop or the foundation of this particular principle. Of course, now using it in dividends, of course, that will depend on how much you have actually invested in any company and generally in your portfolio. So they are saying that the safe withdrawal rate for any investment is 4%. I did research and found that this is a very good website, by the way. If you want to look into it, it would be good. It's called Wealth Architects. And as you can see, ABSA Kenya, British American Tobacco, Cooperative Bank of Kenya, these are some of the companies that have been paying dividends. And if you watched my earlier video, it will show you, it will tell you all the companies, nearly all, I guess, companies that pay dividends in Kenya. So if you look at this particular site, you can clearly see that this has now listed the companies that pays the highest dividends. And they're considering anything above 4% because of the reason I just said earlier, and below 10% because something above 10% is too risky. Like I said earlier, when a company is paying very high dividends, that can be a very risky thing if they do not have a very stable financial history. So again, be careful with that. So this looks at the stock, and then we are going to compare different years with regards to their dividend yield payment. So here we have ABSA Bank. ABSA Bank, of course, is in the financials industry, the former Barclays Bank, for those who know. Has 2020, it paid a 9.57% dividend yield. 2019 at 6% dividend yield. So it is the highest dividend paying company, and that's quite good because you're looking at that comparison in the recent times. British American Tobacco came second with a dividend yield of 8.77% in 2020, 7% in 2019, and 2% in 2018. So that's actually a good thing. It's been doing quite well, but it means that the risk is going higher and higher. I think this because of the corona pandemic, the dividend yield has been increasing. It could mean that it's paying the same dividend while the stock price could be going lower. So there could be many reasons to explain that difference, but yes, it's one of the highest paying, followed by Cooperative Bank, which is paying 8% dividend yield, which has a dividend yield of 8%. Difference between 2018 and 2020 is almost 4%. Again, you know what happened? Share prices went down, and most of them retained the payment of their dividends. So that's the difference, and that's why this difference is here. So most probably when things settle down, their dividend yields will go low again. Then we have Diamond Trust Bank of Kenya, has a dividend yield of 4% in 2020, We have Equity Group Holdings has a dividend yield of 7%. We have I&M Holdings with a dividend yield of 5.6% from 2% in 2018. We have Kengen has a dividend yield of 4%. It has maintained quite a good dividend yield even during Corona. And then Kenya Insurance Corporation Limited, the Kenry, 4%. It hit 13% in 2019. That's quite interesting. But again, depends on the share price. It means something really happened at that time. Then we have Safaricom, of course, very stable, has paid before 2017. And then in 2020 it was 4%. It's maintained a very stable one because Safaricom is still growing. So I do believe they reinvest most of their dividends. Then we have Stanbic, 7% that's the banking industry. Stanbic is a very good company actually for those who want to invest in the financials industry. Then we have Stanchart, again, one of the best paying companies with regards to dividends in Kenya. Then finally we have Total Kenya. So you can see the dividend yield, some of the companies. Basically, don't worry about the percentages, worry about the companies. Look at these companies if you want to earn dividends. Look at them individually, look at the health of the company, look at the financial records. And like I say, there's always a risk to any company. So this does not in any way give you some confidence. You have to go deeper into the company financials if you want to pick a particular company. I was just showing you some of the companies with regards to how they have been paying in the last 3 to 4 years with those that have the records. But as you can see, we have some very stable companies here. Barclays has been very stable. The BAT has been okay. Cooperative Bank has been okay. Diamond Trust Bank is quite good. Equity doing good. I&M doing good. Kengen. So these companies here are very good companies. And like I said, you have to remember that these does not show the health of the company. Always keep that in mind. So if you want to invest for income in Kenya, please look out for these companies that I have mentioned. So guys, thank you so much, and I hope these 2 videos have helped you decide on which companies you want to invest in with regards to dividend payment if you have some money to put aside. But before you choose a company, make sure you know the principles behind the company. Make sure you do some analysis of the company and you know the foundation of the company and their future objectives. It's very important to understand the company. Otherwise, thank you guys. Until next time, out.